praises to Yahweh, Bar Shem, Yahushai, Bar Shem, Barakah, Dash. Um, I'm a Hebrew Israelite, coming here to prophesy the downfall of this kingdom, which according to the Bible, starting with America, is known as Babylon the Great, and basically the last of all wicked kingdoms on the earth before the kingdom of Israel, which is aforementioned in the Bible, comes into rulership. So I'm going to get right into the scriptures. Actually, I'll have mine to hand, but today, as you know, is October 31st, and it's basically so-called Halloween, alright? And on this day of Halloween, it's actually known as a blue moon as well. Blue moon is basically, you have the saying that one happens once in a blue moon. Blue moon is basically when you have a full moon twice within one calendar month, basically, I believe, is a correct breakdown, basically. So, it being a blue moon, a full moon, a second full moon on the day of Halloween, which you know is a great day of paganism, is basically going to channel a lot of energy into this earth, basically, right? And right, and then even on top of that, I know where I'm gonna go. Even on top of that, what you also have as well is Boris Johnson announced that today is gonna be, well, he announced today that there's gonna be a national lockdown for 4 weeks, right, starting on Thursday, I believe, right. So basically, in him saying that, yeah, there you go. And him saying that, basically what that means is that they chose the right day, basically. Right, they're channeling certain energies. Okay, because obviously, me reading between the lines, a lot more people now are gonna go harder today in the celebration of so-called Halloween, due to the fact that there's gonna be the lockdowns looming, basically. So I'm gonna grab this scripture. You know what? That's where I'm gonna start. Go to Isaiah, book of Isaiah. Raw. Alright, this is Isaiah 48 and 10. And it says, "For thou hast trusted." Actually, I'm going to start from verse 1. So this is Isaiah 47 and 1. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans." Alright, and what you need to understand is that basically this ain't talking about Babylon, because it was actually named virgin daughter of Babylon. So it being a daughter of Babylon basically means it's an offspring, something that came out of Babylon. It being something that came out of Babylon basically is a representation of America, okay, which is Babylon the Great. Alright? So that's what it's speaking of. And Why would I say America is Babylon the Great? Well, you can go to scriptures like Revelation 17, and it basically breaks it down, dealing with it basically being, and also in the book of Jeremiah, where it basically talks of it being a mixing pot, right? And that's what America's known for. Starting with New York City, which basically is more or less the center point, the focal point of America. That basically has like all the nationality, the most concentration of diverse nationalities on Earth, basically. And the reason that is because it represents Babylon, right? The word Babylon goes back to confusion, right? Because Babel, which I'm probably going to read the story now that I'm mentioning it, in the book of Genesis, the 11th chapter, was basically about multitude of people coming together into one place, all the people on earth to worship one power, but then in doing so, they was confounded by the angels, right? So this is Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate, right? And why they're going to be no longer called tender and delicate is down to the fact that right now, as it stands, America is looked at as the apple of the eye of the whole world, basically. So there's a tender and delicacy to it. But as you can see, as time is progressing with Donald Trump, that's slowly, well, rapidly changing. A lot of people are more or less turning around and saying they don't respect America the way they would have respected it before, right? So, reading on, it says, take the millstones and grind mill, uncover the locks, right? Make bare the leg, uncover the fire, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. Alright? So let me read the third verse again. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. And that's what's happening, alright? Because aforetime they had America, and really I'm gonna have to deal with it on a basis of nationality, because really it's down to the so-called white man basically ruling over Babylon the Great. And him having rulership over Babylon the Great, alright, who his true nationality in accordance with the Bible is Edom. Okay? Him being known as Edom, he's basically his nakedness is being uncovered. Like, that's one main point that shows his nakedness is being uncovered, because he's being called Edom, alright? Before, everyone knew him as a so-called white man, but that's because the Lord is basically uncovering his nakedness, alright? Then he goes on to say, yea, thy shame shall be seen, and it's being seen, alright? Because with the current events that are going on over in America, or dealing with this global pandemic, it's basically showing that these people ain't all the way there the way you once thought they were, basically, alright? So then it goes and say, I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. Alright? When it says I'll take vengeance and not meet thee as a man, that's the Lord basically speaking. Because the Lord, when he was on the scene, he basically came as a man. But when he comes back, he's gonna come back as an angelic force, out of this world. He's gonna phase from the fourth dimension into this dimension, and basically come with the chariots of the Most High, and set pace with spiritual power, okay? That's why it says, and I will not meet thee as a man. As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel, right? That's dealing with the Most High power, okay? Because he's going to get his glory in these last days. Hey, this is spiritually, we said it's known as Babylon, but it also has Sodom and Gomorrah, and Egypt fused into that as well, right? That's why it's rightly known as Babylon the Great, right? Because Babylon is the pinnacle of what it is, right? That's what it's known as altogether. So, and it being known like that, excuse me, and it being known by that name, it basically lets you know that it infuses all those different kingdoms into itself all at one, alright?
But straying from that, not straying from the point, but remaining on the point, it says, ah, going back to the point I was made to mention was that as in the time of Egypt, Egypt was the last time you had a situation where the children of Israel were basically in this predicament, right? The children of Israel being the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? So that was the last time they were in this predicament they were in like this, all right? But this is a time like never before because we don't even know our identity aside from those that have been called, right? And really, Lord willing, we be chosen as well, all right?